June 28th is the official release date of Mario Maker 2. It's only a matter of time before more is revealed about the game. However, the release date trailer brought to light a thing about Banzai Bills. Banzai Bills were indeed in the first trailer, but they were coming from the background and the 3D world style, and that can get a little complicated to talk about. This trailer showed one coming across the stage normally though, and it was without a bill blaster / launcher anywhere behind it. This probably means that bullet bills can be placed by themselves as well, and that's something I wanted and I'm super happy to see. In this video though, I'm going to go in depth as I can with Banzai Bills and talk about their troll potentials and just like general level design setups, as everyone loves a good troll in the Mario Maker community. More so than other enemies, I think Banzai Bills, because of their size and kind of speed, they can contribute to like making soft locking potential, which isn't really a good thing, but they can do it. And then they can also have setups like a death hallway. And whether you think that's a good thing or not, that's up for you to decide. But instead of just talking about these ideas, I want to try and show you. I'm not the greatest at ROM hacking. I'm pretty much an amateur, but I know how to work Lunar Magic a little bit, and that's the Super Mario World hacking software. So I made a gimmicky level all-around Banzai Bills to showcase you these ideas. So let's hop in and go through it together.
And we're gonna go death by death, like troll by troll. Like, even though I know how to avoid them, obviously, I want to show you as if you're like a blind player, like you're playing Mario Maker 2. Someone took these ideas, put them in the game, and like you're playing super expert or something, and you get a level. So you just start the level, you get a power up, you immediately get hit by a Banzai Bill. It's like kind of like, what the hell? But there's nothing you really thought you could do about it, so you just continue into the level, you just run in. There's a Banzai Bill. He looks like you couldn't outrun him, so it looks like you're gonna have to jump over him, right? So you just go back into the level, try again, and at this point you still think that that is a mandatory damage boost, right? And then you would jump over this guy, but apparently there are Kaizo blocks over him. You cannot jump over this guy. It's kind of like a death hallway. It's basically a misleading troll, and because Banzai Bills, they're bigger than a bill, it's super easy to do that. But you learn that you can duck at the start of the level, and that's something I know a lot of Mario Maker levels will do. Like, it'll either force you to like hold jump or like hold right or something at the start of a level. But with Banzai Bills and a power-up, you can force someone to hold down to keep it, because right here there's a mandatory power-up check. And that's something I wanted to do because I thought the idea of starting a level with the power-up and starting while ducking is pretty unique, and the Banzai Bill can kind of force you to do that. So obviously you want to keep that again, and you want to keep the power-up, so instead of maybe going through the Banzai Bill with the hidden blocks over there, like the Kaizo blocks, you're going to find this dev path, because all those scumbags in Mario Maker have, their dev exits, and that'll let you keep your power-up and continue on this way. So here you have like a mysterious area with these clouds, and you have a shell. And you might be able to shell jump up there, and you actually can, but you're just going to want to continue hitting here, go into the hole to avoid the Banzai Bill, but you're going to get soft locked. And Banzai Bills can really easily do that, because in the base game in Super Mario World, you would have to go into these one wide holes to basically hide from them so you don't die. But in Mario Maker, I bet I can see a lot of use for soft locks. But you can shell jump up here to get up here. And I know shell jumping isn't something that everyone can do, so like that wasn't like my intention. That's just something you can do. But the intended strategy was that if you couldn't shell jump, is to come in here, lure the bullet bill without going into the soft lock, and then use it to jump up here. That's something that you can do with Banzai Bills. I can see a lot of troll potential in Mario Maker with that, whether it be with like the new, like the Mario Maker mechanics like pal drops, spring drops, whatever. Just luring a bullet bill back to the beginning of the stage. But there you have like a P-speed section. It's actually kind of difficult, but you have like a blind jump onto a Banzai Bill onto another one. And then here, I didn't actually get to show you the troll because I avoided it, so I'm going to kill myself and start over. But we get to see the P-speed section again, where it's like a blind jump all the way onto the blind jump, and if you don't hold right and hold the speed button, you're going to die. So here, if you just run straight in, the Banzai Bill is, it's too big and there's a bullet bill. So if you can have a solo bullet bill without a launcher, you can have that set up, where it forces you to wait right here to load the Banzai Bill, right? And then keep going so you can jump over the bullet. Because if you go at the same time, they're going to spawn in together, and you're not going to be able to either jump over, or like, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to die. So this section, Ooh. It's kind of fast, but it's basically like a death hallway where you have to go fast to avoid the Banzai Bill. And because I had the power up from the checkmark, it wasn't as effective, so I'm going to show you it again. But here you have like all these goodies, like you have a Yoshi, a moon, and a fire flower, but it's just bait, and it's basically the same idea as the beginning, where because Banzai Bills take up so much space, if you force someone into a small hallway with Kaizo blocks, you can trap them in there basically. But we're going to be able to see this section again from the checkpoint. And it's basically where these munchers force you to jump and load the Banzai Bill, and then you have to do that hallway, which I just failed on because the jumps aren't that bad, but if you're under pressure and, you know, you could possibly die. So those munchers there basically force you to jump into the thing and load the Banzai Bill, because if those weren't there, you'd be able to cheese the Banzai Bill and then go down after it's already spawned in to be able to take your time. So those munchers basically force you to spawn the Banzai and go fast. So it's like not that bad of a section, but you could make that worse in Mario Maker by like putting those munchers on ice, like have ice physics. You could do all sorts of things with like the other enemies in that game, and there's just tons of crazy potential because all the stuff hasn't even been revealed yet. But yeah, this was a level I made in Lunar Magic to kind of like get some ideas rolling for what you could do with Banzai Bills because of the new trailer, and see what you can do with them.
Let me know if there's any Banzai Bill like setups that you are thinking about, and how they might interact with the enemies in Mario Maker. So if you like this video, let me know, and I might be able to do like another thing, like another Lunar Magic type video, like make a level around another enemy to kind of explore the potential that they got if they get added to Mario Maker 2. That might be cool. It's a kind of like a little known fact, but I did start this channel with Lunar Magic ROM hacking, and I'm obviously getting back into it just a little bit with this little shit level. But I might actually try and make a full hack again, so that might be interesting. I'll keep you guys updated on that. But happy Saturday. I'm also playing, speaking of ROM hacking, I'm playing a Super Mario World ROM hack called Jump Half. It's really fun. The level design's awesome. I've already uploaded the first episode, and episode 2 is coming out tomorrow on Sunday. It's a really fun hack, and the levels just keep getting crazier and cooler. So if you're into that, I'll link that playlist in the description. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys June 28th.